And we begin with this. The convicted rapist and murderer, Thabo Bester, today expected to appear in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. Central to the case is his daring prison escape from the Mangaung Correctional Centre in May last year after he faked his own death. He was arrested, or should we say re-arrested, a week ago in Tanzania along with his partner, Dr. Nandi Pamakudumana, and a Mozambican national. Now, since his return to South Africa, he has been held at the Mnisi Correctional Centre. This is in Pretoria. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi joining us live now from Bloemfontein, and that's where Bester is expected to appear. Linda, let's start with the possibility that this might be a virtual appearance by Thabo Bester, and this is owing to security concerns, unless I'm completely wrong.
Well, Oli, we can confirm that it won't be a virtual appearance. Authorities spent much of the day yesterday considering whether to make this a virtual appearance or a physical appearance. It was then decided that Thabo Bester would be brought to Bloemfontein. He's a convicted and sentenced offender, which means that, a number of authorities would be involved in this operation. I'm talking here about the Department of Correctional Services, who, of course, is primarily responsible for him since he's a sentenced offender, as well as the SAPS. The TRT, team is currently, being part of this operation. As you can see, security already heavy at the prison. At the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court, rather, it talks to the kind of, risk that this offender is posing. So authorities making sure that his movements will be at all times monitored. As you can see, some of the TRT members, even inside the vicinity of the court, still trying to make sure that they are leaving nothing to chance. There are two entrances to where we're standing. There's the other side, which may be the point where he enters and where we are at this particular moment. But if you also look at outside the vicinity of the court, I'm going to ask my colleague Max Silotolo to just zoom into that police officer standing right at the corner of that street, in just next to the court. There are two SAPS members there who are in the vicinity of the court. Inside court as well, there are also quite a number of police officials who are making sure and have started, sweeping. Obviously, we're expecting heavy policing at the court and in the vicinity. You'll remember yesterday, Dr. Nandi Pamakudumana, arriving in court under heavy police presence, but it was not of this magnitude. So today, what we're seeing is an escalated level of security. We're talking here about a convicted rapist and murderer who managed allegedly to pull an audacious escape, brazen in its nature. So police will want to leave absolutely nothing to chance. We were told yesterday that he's being kept at the Mnisi prison because, they will be able to, take care of him and guard him and put him under 24-hour surveillance. There's concerns also about movements. You'll remember that the issue around the movements of someone of this nature or a criminal of this nature would be taken into consideration by authorities, and what they're telling us is that they don't want to move around a lot given the security risks. You'll remember, because he's facing new charges, he'd have to go obviously to a police station to be processed. One of the things that we asked authorities was whether or not that process will take place. But they are not giving much information, of course, given the media frenzy that happened yesterday, that we saw playing out yesterday at the Park Road police station as Dr. Nandipha Magudumana arrived here at the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. A number of DCS, the Department of Correctional Service officials, also will be part of this operation. So they're making sure that nobody will enter, Koli.
Linda, I see you are keeping a visibly beady eye, and we're going to ask you to keep that camera, or at least the picture, live while we talk to the other colleague